Organizational Theory and Design, Part 1, Introduction to Organizations, a summary. What is organizations? It is commonly defined as a group of people who identify with each other and may have a common goal. Organizations also tend to have formal commitments, internal structures, and connections with the outside world. Organization theory. First, find the problem, evaluate, then redesign. Organization theory highlights the basics of how a company is constructed, why it was created, and where it is headed, along with evaluating new organizational strategies from time to time to ensure that the business fulfills its goals. The speed of globalization is constantly changing, and it's up to organizations to follow and adapt or be the ones in charge of change. Some of the challenges organizations are facing are globalization. There is now more pressure than ever to compete on the global market and produce goods as efficiently as possible with a quickly globalizing world. Note that arguably there have been a slight reverse in this progress when COVID hit, but in general, the conditions of globalizations have led to production relocation and slower rates of growth. Ethics and social responsibility. As a successful company, it is your duty to not only avoid fraudulent or corrupt circumstances, but also to work against them. Responsiveness. Organizations are now requiring quick and decisive responses to environmental changes, organizational crises, or simply shifting customer expectations. The digital workplace. Developments in technology are changing the way organizations are being designed and managed. We need to be mindful about the effects new technologies can have on the environment and work towards becoming more sustainable. Diversity. Balancing your professional life with life as a parent can be challenging, especially if you're multitasking. Take some time to think about the ways in which cultural differences might affect both what you want out of your business and how your family operates. The importance of organizations. Beyond achieving goals and getting the desired outcome, organizations are creating value by delivering products and services and facilitating innovation. Technologies affecting manufacturing, service, and information are becoming more modern. Companies must face the challenge of diversity as well as to apply ethical standards to their work, while also dealing with the motivation and coordination of employees. There are two perspectives on organizational systems: closed and open system. Closed system or mechanical system design do not focus on their environment. They tend to neglect consideration of the influence they have or capacity to change the outside entities, including their own ecosystem. Closed systems are supposed to be self-contained and unaffected by external factors. They are designed to increase efficiency. To address scalability issues, they continually iterate their existing structures. In contrast, open systems or natural system design provide an open exchange of raw materials, people, and products with the outside world. The openness is seen in how it interacts with its context. Think of this not as a finished product, but more so as a transformation process from input to output. Raw materials, people, information, and financial resources are all inputs, and when they have transformed into a product or a service, they have become outputs to the environment. These processes are divided into smaller tasks and get supported by subdivisions, which perform to help them work more effectively. For example, if a company is looking to produce a product, they would need their production, maintenance, and management teams divisions. An example of a basic open system structure is the Mintzberg Model for a simplification on organization structures. In the bottom line, the technical core is the base for input to output. In the middle is middle management, connecting different departments in the company and can help it run more smoothly. On the left side, the technical support staff, their problem solving, adaptation and development. Right side, administrative support staff. They help with a lot of general duties and also provide team support. They're also trying to keep up to date with the latest trends. In the top management, the vision should be communicated through goals and strategies. Both the structural and contextual dimension of organizational design are important to understanding how the business works. These dimensions are necessary to fully understand all qualities of a company and why they may be successful. The structural dimension are recognized by the formalization or rely on written documentation, the degree of specialization or the degree of subdivided tasks and jobs. It also includes hierarchy of authority or where to report, span of control, and centralization, together with the amount of professionalism of formal education, as well as training together with personnel ratio or amount of widespread deployment. The contextual dimension includes size and type. The term technology refers to the tools, techniques, and actions used to turn inputs into outputs. External environment, goals, and business strategies define a purpose, while competitive tactics provide the appropriate opportunities for success. Finally, an organization's culture defines how both people and technology operate efficiently. Regarding its stakeholders and what they expect from the organization. Government expect to follow laws, safety guidelines, and ethical practices, as well as fair competition. Union ensure employee benefits plan will cover employees' needs and control their pay. Community being a fine corporate citizen and to contribute to the local community. Suppliers care about what impacts quantity and quality of transactions. Owners and shareholders, how much money can be made, their return. Employees need a feeling of satisfaction or achievement, salary, and direction. Customers, high quality items, service, and value will be the main priorities. Creditors, creditworthiness and financial responsibility, if they can assure getting their capital back. Management, the production of desired or intended results. There are 5 points to consider when designing a company's organizational structure. The mechanical system emphasizes efficiency and keeping things stable, while the natural system works best with turbulent environments that promote learning and creativity. From the vertical system with a top-down rule with lots of control, decisions making, and maintenance of clear boundaries, to horizontal structure with input from a lot of members of the group but has no clear decision maker. From routine tasks with standardization or as narrowly defined work to empowered roles as a dynamic social system with discretion, obligations, and flexibility. From formal control system, which are used to manage complex information and detect deviations, to shared information, which is meant to give a deeper insight with better communications and a free flow of ideas. From the view that executives should imply competitive strategy of outperforming opponents and gaining optimal responses, to a point where they can try to cooperate with other stakeholders and break boundaries between business areas. From the past perspective, where organizations have been rigid and efficient in a narrow worldview, where everything else seemed to remain the same, to the reality of a constant rapid change, leading organizations in the need of adapting themselves in order to survive and remain successful.